I tell you, I've been fooling around with this Periscope app for quite some time, probably about 20 minutes now. Not sure why it took so long this morning to get this thing connected. I actually had to take it off the Wi-Fi and just do it on my own data because I guess it just didn't want to work on the Wi-Fi this morning. In any case, I was determined I was going to do this scope this morning because I've been on schedule and I didn't want to slip off the schedule because here we are, day 15. And day 15 means we're in week 3 of this journey. I'm excited about that. I didn't want to miss anything in my process here. So it was important to me to get this Periscope going. So forgive me for being behind schedule on this broadcast this morning, but it has taken some time to get it going. I even did some research online to try to figure out what the issue was. In any case, welcome to the scope, especially those folks who are viewing the rebroadcast, especially since I'm behind schedule this morning. I hope your day's going great to start out. I don't even know. I think today's the last day in November. Let's see. Nastia Mamitova. I hope I said that correctly, but where are you joining me from? But I appreciate everyone for joining online to catch the broadcast. I was going to talk this morning about your IQ level. And by IQ, I'm not talking about how intelligent you are. I'm actually talking about your I quit level. Listen, King B. Monaghan. Awesome. Love to see where you're tuning in from. But really, your I quit level. And it's that point at which you say, that's enough for me. I'm going to stop. And we have IQ levels in different areas of our life. We've got it. We see it all the time for those who exercise. That last rep you do before you put the weight down. You say that's enough for me. Noble Savage 12, welcome. Again, love to see where you're joining me from. Where in the world you might be actually tuning into this broadcast. Love to see that. Give you a shout out. But yeah, that point at which you say, that's too much, Steve Upson, welcome. Good morning, New Jersey. Awesome, New Jersey. What part of New Jersey? My wife is actually from Piscataway, New Jersey. It's amazing how small this world really is. But really that point at which you say, enough is enough, I quit, I can't do anymore. So yeah, we've got it when we exercise, we've got it in business. Elizabeth, New Jersey. Okay, familiar with Elizabeth. Welcome. But we've got it where we exercise. We've got it in our business. We've got it in our relationships. We all have that point at which we say is enough is enough. I can't do anything more. Omar 7411. Welcome. Definitely let me know where you're joining me from, so I can give you a shout out. And I was thinking about it this morning, especially as it relates to business, because I can promise you, in business, you're going to have some moments that come up that say, that challenge you. You're going to have some things that come up that force you to rethink whether or not you're going down the road that you want to go. And you have to decide up front at which you say, I'm going to quit if this happens. And I tell you, I think people do that subconsciously in advance without really thinking about it. And when I think about it from a standpoint of business, really when you do that, you want to make sure your IQ level doesn't exist. And what I mean by that is that there should be nothing that could happen to you that makes you quit. Now, things may happen, people file bankruptcy, all that kind of stuff, businesses fail, but that doesn't mean you quit. That could be a temporary setback until you figure out what went wrong, fix that error, and get started again. But quitting is literally saying, I am not going down that path anymore. I'm going to let the weeds grow, the vines grow over it, and completely shut that sucker back down because I don't want to go through that again. That should never be an option. The same thing, I think, for relationships, especially for those who are married anyway. The I quit level really shouldn't be there now. I'm saying that, and hopefully you aren't taking that to a point where you say, oh my God, I'm being beat, I'm not trying to be ridiculous here. I'm just talking about, just normal everyday things. People upset you, people quit, people go in a different direction. That's on them. In terms of you and your decision, it's about where does your I quit level go? How high is it or how low is it? And analyze whether there's, we talked yesterday about your reason why, the reason why you do things, and what got you started down that path in the first place. And if you think about that, whenever something difficult comes up, because the challenges are certain to come upon you. But in those moments of challenge, if you remember why you got started down that path in the first place, the reason why you do the why first is because the challenge is sure to come. And in the midst of the challenge, you can remember why you got started down the path. And usually that reason why will keep you going and moving forward. So make sure you do them in order. But you got to know what your quit level is. You got to know up front what's going to get you out of the game. Is it going to be a person, the person you were following, the person who got you started down that path, quit, so now you quit? Is it that, it's too challenging for you and your growth is not where it needs to be, so instead of growing, you decide that the challenge is too difficult for you? What is yours? Think about that up front. Make that decision, write that down, and hopefully you set that I quit level so high that either it doesn't exist, it's unattainable, or it just never comes as a reality as you move forward. But set the bar as high as possible. And hopefully the bar doesn't even exist for you and you continue to move forward. I did that with my business. Had some ups and downs. And despite the challenges that people may present to you or times may present to you, I kept moving forward. And I will continue moving forward, just like I'm going to continue moving forward with this Periscope. Through the challenges, I could have easily stopped it this morning. It wasn't working. The initializing broadcast message continued to show regardless of what I did to resolve it. But here I am, continuing on. Here we are, day 15 of this miracle morning process, this journey that I'm taking. And I'm going to move on throughout the rest of my miracle morning process at this point. Hopefully you got something out of the IQ level. I'll be back on tomorrow, do the exact same thing, hopefully back on schedule that we resolve these issues with Periscope. But I'm always excited because each day brings a new challenge, a whole new excitement, and a refreshed chance to do something great in this world. So make a decision today to raise your IQ level. Hopefully you've already written down your why, but move forward and make the decision that nothing and absolutely nothing will ever stop you from attaining your dreams. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.